She's 37 years old. She's undefeated right now. In the last, about 8-9 months, she's making a lot of noise. First off, as an amateur, just breezing through the competition. And now Fallon Fox, after a couple of fights as a pro, is undefeated. She has won her last two impressively by knockout and TKO. That was obviously not the graphic. Yep. But Fallon is perfect as a pro in the CFA Women's Featherweight Tournament. And she has also been making news, national news, with a documentary that's very touching and moving. She is a transgender female, one of the first openly transgender MMA fighters. And Fallon joins us now from Chicago. We welcome her into the show. Fallon, welcome into the show. Thank you for being with us. Congratulations on all the success so far. I mean, to start any time later in a life at 34, 35, 36 years old, it's a pretty impressive start. Are you proud of the way you're fighting right now?
I'm very proud and very happy of the way of my performance so far. It's been an awesome and wild ride so far.
I was on the Joe Rogan podcast last week, and we were talking about this, and then I thought, okay, it was women, okay, she's going to fight against men then, but they said, no, against women. I said, why is that fair? And I started doing my homework, but then I realized later, because obviously the Olympics, the committee, and the boxing, the ABC Commission, CBA, what is it? ABC Commission, they all say it's good. They say that at the moment that they cut off the testosterone, everything becomes female. Because at the beginning I thought the tendons were stronger, bone dense are more dense, but apparently everything is going back to being a female.
Yes, that's the science behind it. That's what people need to realize. And I know there's a lot of misconceptions about transgender physiology for post-operative transsexuals, but that's what they found, that the bone density decreases, the muscle mass decreases, the tendons and everything that you were talking about fall within the female range. I know there's a lot of misconceptions, and that's what we need to clear up.
And I guess that's one of the things, because even today the Florida Commission is meeting to try to look at the situation. You know, there's still states out there that are not banning it, but Fallon, they're taking a look at it. What would you tell them right now, if you could go before any commission that may question a transgender, male or female, to fight within that gender? What would you say to them to make your case?
I think that they need to look at the IOC guidelines, the guidelines that the PGA, the LGPA, the NCAA has used in implementing transgender policy. They also need to talk to specialists in these realms so that they can be on the up and up on our physiology, and just have an open mind. And I believe they need to clear the way for transgender athletes, because we're going to be in all sports, and this is just the beginning in MMA. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be the last one to do this.
Unfortunately, not everybody is like me, Ken, I get whatever, I really don't mind, I truly get this, but as well as I do, a lot of people are really not open to this. I believe that this is probably a much harder fight than fighting in the cage, isn't it?
For sure. In some ways, I guess fighting in the cage, it's all up to me. It's all about the training and the hard work and effort that I put forward into it. But there's some people, you just can't change their minds. They're always going to have a bias, or they're just going to be mean and hateful people. I hope that they have an open mind and consider transgender athletes in a positive light for the future.
Fallon, you wrestled in high school, like thousands of people do. You compete as a high school athlete. What made you decide to get into MMA? And again, you're in your 30s, I think, when you really started focusing on the MMA career. What got you interested in that sport?
I was just in the gym lifting weights, and there was a physical trainer there who brought me into an MMA gym, and they had wrestling there, they had jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, and once I started training in those disciplines, I just got hooked, and I just fell in love with it. Watching a lot of female MMA also inspired me, like Megumi Fuji. She's my favorite MMA fighter, and a lot of the Japanese female MMA fighters were very inspirational, and they also got me hooked into MMA.
And I have a student, he was last week, he was here on the clip, and he's 38 years old when he started fighting. I told him, dude, you want to take this all the way? Is this something? I mean, you started late a mixed martial arts career. How far do you want to take this career?
Oh, I want to take it as far as I can take it. As long as my body holds out, I want to go as far as I can go. There's a few MMA fighters in their 40s, I guess. But what is it, Henderson? Right? He's in his 40s. I don't know. I just want to go as far as I can with it. I mean, I really, really love this sport. I'm in love with it. If I could, I'd do it forever. So.
Fallon, you're fighting again in April in the CFA tournament. What have you learned about yourself as a fighter? Because you've been so impressive so far. You haven't fought more than 8 minutes combined, looking at the amateur record and the pro record.
Correct. That's not unheard of in female fighting, I guess. Let's see. I don't know. I guess what I want to do right now is get better challenges, better competition, and I suppose I'll have that on down the road. And what I want to do right now is get through this tournament and hopefully look at other opportunities. Maybe see if they will bring someone in who's a really, really good fighter, or maybe I can look towards Invicta. But first, I have to get through this tournament, and we'll see what happens after that.
What does a typical day for you look like? I hear you have a 16-year-old daughter. I saw her in the documentary. Very sweet lady, little lady. Is it? I mean, that's still going on too. You have to drive her to school. She's 16 years old. Does she still have her car? How is training working all into that?
How is training and working with her? Well, she's pretty much got her own schedule. She's in a track, so most of the time after school. She's busy doing track and I'm busy training, and then afterwards she's doing her homework and I'm probably sleeping. So I don't know, we just pretty much, I don't know, stick to our own selves at the moment because we're so busy in our own disciplines.
Are there other transgender?
But on the weekends we tend to have fun. So
yeah. Are there other transgender females or males out there that you know about that maybe want to be fighters or are fighters now that haven't come out as open as you have, that you're hoping this will open the door for them to also come forward?
Not in MMA that I know of, but I know that I've been emailed and contacted by transgender fighters in other disciplines of martial arts, like, I'm not going to say which ones, but, they're out there. And yeah, I believe this will open the door up for them. I hope so.
And your fight's in May, I believe. They tell me now that it's been moved to May. Is that correct?
I believe so. I believe May 11th. But I would stay tuned to CFA to know for sure.
All right. We'll be keeping in touch. Fallon, thank you for being with us. We'll continue to follow that unbeaten streak that you have going.
Godspeed.
All right. Fallon Fox with us. Interesting interview.
It was, because in the first, when Joe said that, I go, yeah, she's right. I wrote it down here, like the upper body strength, grip strength, strong and denser bones. But all that apparently, indeed, disappears, I didn't know that before, so we did our homework.
That's right. We do our homework. Don't ever be a doctor on TV unless you're a doctor.
That's true.
All right.
It's a good one. I like that one.
Thank you. I just thought of that.
You just thought of that?
I just thought of that.
Threw it out.
When we come back, those operators, Pat and Michael, will join us.
Operator.
Operator.